Greetings and welcome to, what would you call this, a vlog? Oh, just a chat. I thought we'd have a little bit of a chat. Because we haven't had a chat in a while. Just for reference, the background footage is just some screen capture of me editing the We Were Here episode 2 video, which I believe goes out yesterday, maybe today, depending on when I get this video uploaded. But yeah. So that basically means that you can just minimize the video, put it in the background, and get on with some work or play a game or something. There's no need to watch the footage if you don't want to see me editing something. But editing is also quite interesting if you want to see it, but there you go. Anyway, that being said, as of this morning, we passed 1,300 subscribers on the YouTube channel. That is a nice big milestone that we've been sort of approaching for quite a while. And sort of dipping around the 280, 290, sorry, 280, the 1280, 1290 area on the subscriber front. It's been sort of dancing around, but this morning we passed the 1,300, and yeah, I just wanted to let you all know we've done that little milestone now, and wow, 1,300 subs is quite a lot of people when you really think about it. I mean, considering the Discord server is, how many people are over on the Discord server now? Let's have a look. The Discord server is, let's see, we have 47 people offline and 9, 10, 11 people online. So we have 58 people in total on our Discord server. That is not bad for the community over there. Yeah, but yeah, the 1,300 subs, that's actually done well. And recently, like the last couple of weeks, maybe the view times have been, and the actual views have been quite high considering it's January, which have been very, very good because it's been really sort of spurring me on to do more video. You'll have seen a lot more Minecraft videos recently because having that drive, because you see those numbers coming through, really does make you just want to do more, rather than like when back in November-ish, the views went down through the floor. We were hitting like half the views we were doing before. The view minutes were down, and it was like, why? No, why do more? And then you sort of plot through, and you get through because people that are communicating over on Discord, on Twitter, and in the comments, they drive you forward, and then you start seeing the numbers pick up again, and it's like, I just want to do more, loads more. And so I've been doing a lot more like that. I've also been looking at doing some like community videos and stuff. As you can see, there was a nice video with DJ. There's going to be probably 4 of those in total before that little run is finished. Episode 1 went out pretty much unedited. I forgot that day, so it went out pretty quickly. But I've taken some time, edited episode 2. In fact, that's what you're seeing in the background footage now, is just me editing a mixture of putting DJ's footage in for when he's talking about stuff that's happening to him, and also because his microphone audio on my end was very, very quiet and mixing with the game audio, so I couldn't boost it. So I was able to use his audio. So a lot of that time you can see me moving his video piece up a bit into a section where it becomes visible, and then you see me move his audio piece down because I've got the tracks muted and hidden so that they don't show up all the time unless I move them. And then you'll probably see me moving the slider down on the top audio track, and that'll be me muting my version of the game. The second audio track is my microphone. So actually the layout for that particular thing, the top video track is DJ's video, second video track is my video, then there's my gameplay audio with DJ's voice, there's my microphone separately, and then there's DJ's audio from his gameplay and his voice mixed together. So you can't have both my audio and his audio, because if we had that, you get an echo on his microphone because it'd be thought it showed them both. That little bit of, like, it says DJ on it, it's probably, I think it's in pink or purple, I'm not sure which colour it's in, that I keep sort of pasting in and then dragging around to match the DJ video. All that's doing is, it's actually a little DJ in the top right corner of the video that lets you know you're looking at his footage. That's all that is. So I'm just placing that. Whenever I bring his footage into view, I'm placing that on top so you can see his DJ's, little mark and say DJ's footage. Thank you, DJ, for pointing out the game, by the way. It was really good. I know I ignored you for like 2 days and you were like really sad I was ignoring you, but I wasn't actually ignoring you. I was busy doing other stuff, and the game was actually fun, so thank you. And from what I understand, they are making a second game, and it's not long before it's out, so we'll probably play that as well. I did want to play the other angle of it, where somebody else plays the library and I played into the dungeony area. I reached out to one person to ask how their setups were doing, but I didn't hear a reply back. And I think once the footage goes out, it's going to kind of have anyone to play it. So if anyone wants to play the other side of it, just let me know, and If we've got microphones set up and we can do it, maybe we'll consider it. But I am considering doing more Patreons and Twitch subscriber stuff, just videos and stuff with them. Yeah, you get the idea. But we'll come back to that. We'll circle back to that in a few moments anyway. But yeah, I also want to let you know that on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. UK time, which is GMT 0 or UTC 0, depending on well, they're the same damn thing anyway. Anyway, I will be leaving let's call it sunny Lincolnshire in comparison to where I am heading, which is Dundee in Scotland, where I will be for 3 days. I'll drive up Sunday, will be there Monday, Tuesday, driving back on Tuesday night, get back around 9 p.m. to midnight-ish on Tuesday, so I'll be sort of semi-active during that time period. I do have access to Discord, I do have access to Twitter and the YouTube comment system during that time, so I will still be active, but I will be less active than normal because I will be either travelling or off-site with customers of my businessy stuff. But at the evenings, I will still have access to the Discord. So if you want to ask me any questions or talk, I'm still going to be available to reply to messages, but there might be a longer delay than there usually is because the Scotland trip, it's been planned for a little while, but it sort of came to fruition in the last 2 weeks or so. It's going to be interesting. I've never actually been over the border into Scotland, so popping into Scotland will be quite nice. We've currently got one customer up there and two potential customers there, who we're going to see all three of those in this trip, which is why it's going to take a couple of days. And I also have a bit of family up there, but I've never really met them, so probably won't be visiting them, because it'd be kind of weird to say, hey, Auntie, we've never met, but you remember my dad from way back when? It's kind of a weird thing to do. But anyway, Scotland, here we go. So on the Monday night, I have nothing planned well in Scotland, so if you're in the Dundee area, drop me a message on Discord or on Twitter. We'll say, hey, maybe we can meet, or maybe not, depending on how much time we have to set things up with. I have no idea what's happening right at the moment. I just think it's something we could possibly do if we have a chat. Anyway, that's the Scotland thing out of the way, because Scotland is going to be time-consuming and draining. I'll be back online properly Wednesday after I've slept for a bit after that lot. That being said, okay, so what we have some recently, sort of the last back end of the 2017 and the early 2018. I took a little break from some of the regular series and we did some trial videos. What were they? Let's have a look. We've got we did some Dauntless, some Space Pirates and Zombies 2, Shadow Hand. The game I actually like Shadow Hand, actually. Nimbatus, interesting little game. Not overly sure on that one yet. Balan City, good for one-time play. Don't really think we can do much more with Balan City, unfortunately. Startup Freak, possibly get some more of that. Cattails, not sure. The starting sequence kind of really messed with my head. Maybe give it another try if it doesn't go back to that area, but we'll find out. And Computer Tycoon, a game that, personal opinion is, it is at least 5 to 6 months away from being really available for early access. It shouldn't have been released in its current state. It needs a lot of work doing before it's ready for early access, let alone a full release on that one. That is just my opinion on that thing. Oh, we also, I'm just going down the list of videos, my trials, it's a playlist. We also did a Rebuild 3, about 2 or 3 episodes of that. That series isn't dead, but I don't feel the urge to keep playing it, so yeah. I mean, it's a decent game. I remember playing the old Flash version of it, but it just doesn't grab me. It never did back then either, to tell you the truth. For those wondering, the Evolution video, I really enjoyed that game, and I have a copy of it in my Steam collection ready to play, but there's currently, for some bizarre reason, it was like, hey, we've got a Kickstarter open. Can you please play the game and show it off? So I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to. And did it. And the game is, Mr. Washington then gifted me the game after the developer pulled all their press keys back. But they've got a weird embargo in place. After the Kickstarter ended, it's like anyone who does a video on Evolution after the Kickstarter ended will have their videos claimed and strikes. And so, what the? Really? So, although we have the game, thanks to Mr. Washington, and I want to play the game. If I make a video on it now, it will get copyright claimed because the developer doesn't want anyone. Basically, they have an embargo in place until the game's nearer release, which is a bit I kind of half get it and I don't get it at the same time, because it's like you've done the press release, you've announced to the world it exists, you've got videos out there, and then you're going to let it just die, and then no more coverage. Your better option there would have been to keep coverage coming, and then do a big push near a release. But people are weird, and that's what happens with stuff. I don't think any other trial games. The Dauntless game, I kind of like it, but it's more hack and slash. You just smash your buttons on your controller and hope you press the buttons in the right sequence, because it's no actual thing to it. But there are people who like the Monster Hunter style games. I'm not a button smashing kind of person. And I can tend to get too drawn up in the story side of things to never actually play the game, but you need to play the game to progress the story. I get into a bit of a loop. But yeah. Also, there will be some sort of like Mass Effect coming back pretty soon. I just need some time to get back on my feet with some stuff. Because what's happening right now is there's a thing called S.A.D, or seasonal affective disorder. And since October, November, it's been kicking my ass every single day. I have been finishing work, coming downstairs to sit at the PC to do the YouTube videos, and normally it's like, hey, I want to do YouTube videos, they're amazing, and play some games and stuff, and I make some food, and I sit down and I play the games, and I record the videos, and I then have to sit down and edit the videos, and so, we can do it all, and there's like enough content. I usually record enough content in like 2 days to supply me with a week or two worth of, usually about a week's worth of videos, with occasionally 2 videos a day. But since like October, November, this seasonal affective disorder, which is S.A.D for initials, has been kicking my ass continuously, and to the point where weekend comes around and I've got 2 days off work to do videos, which normally is enough to do the entire week or more videos, and I'm in a situation where I'm basically producing 1 or 2 videos over those days, and then spend the rest of the week at 2 a.m. Recording the video, editing the video, and then uploading the video for the next day, because I just can't record ahead of time, which is kind of annoying, and it's a bit of a cycle, because I'm a night person and I just want to be awake at night, but I have to be awake for work in the morning, and it's a bit of a cycle like that. So it kind of half works out, but the fact that it has to work out this way is important. For those that don't know, the S.A.D, the seasonal affective disorder, basically it mimics the depression symptoms, except it's caused by the change in the seasons. So, for example, around October, November, autumn and winter start kicking in, and the sunlight drops. There's less sunlight around. You're spending more time inside because it's cold outside. You're not getting sunlight into your skin, so you stop producing vitamin D for your skin, and you're not going out into the fresh air. You're not getting sunlight. It's darker for longer. So if that goes on for long enough, and there's enough other things going on in your life as well, it's just stressful, S.A.D can kick in, and you start feeling tired all the time. Things you used to enjoy doing, you stop enjoying, or you're just not getting as much enjoyment from them. You start getting depression symptoms. I didn't realize it was S.A.D at first. I just thought I was picking up some depression symptoms, and then when I was looking more into S.A.D itself, it was like, okay, I'm ticking off like 7 out of 10 of those symptoms just by quick glancing at it. So there are methods to deal with it. I am currently working through those methods to deal with it. Currently, the only thing that sort of breaks through S.A.D and that makes me go, yeah, I really want to deal with that, is actually the Discord server. I look at the Discord server while working, while doing YouTube videos, I'm looking at it right now. I don't see it in the background right now. I can see everyone's there, and just talking with people on the Discord server, it's like a real joy. It really is a joy. And I mean, that's really helping me get through, and then knowing that they're there is helping me push through for making the other videos, and then it's helping with the S.A.D basically. Work is okay. I can get through work with stuff because I'm talking to people, but up until recently, I was doing probably 1 hour a day of work in a 8-hour work day, because S.A.D was taking up the rest of the time of me just sitting there and literally doing nothing, just staring into a blank screen, just wishing that I could motivate myself. And that's one of the downsides of S.A.D. It destroys your motivation, which means you have no productivity, and the lack of productivity means you feel sad about it, and then you get the depression symptoms kick in because you're not doing anything and you're not progressing. It's a nasty loop basically. But the Discord server has been like a saving grace to me. It's really helped me just keep my my motivation ticking along just enough to keep making the videos. and those videos and the comments on them and stuff like that, that's all been just enough to sort of keep me functional and keep it going. And now, although it's January and S.A.D is very much still around and causing me issues, I'm now I've identified it. I sort of identified it was S.A.D this week, just gone, and I've been taking measures to deal with it, and it's really helping out. One of the things is normally when I finish work, for example, I come downstairs, I make food, I sit down, I turn on the light because it's dark at that point, and I eat my food, watch a YouTube video. I then sit, and what I would normally do then is I would look at making a video and record something, but the S.A.D kick in means I just end up watching a YouTube video, watch Netflix, get tired, because that's one of the things that S.A.D does to you, and then close my eyes at like 6 p.m. in the computer chair, wake up at between 9 and 10 p.m. and then I'm full of energy, ready to do something, but not motivated enough to actually do anything, so watch another couple of videos, and then by about 1 a.m. start recording the video for tomorrow. So you can see how it's a bit of a nasty cycle there. But because one of the things about S.A.D is it's to do with the dark environment. So what I've actually been doing is, when I come down to make food after finishing work, I've turned my green screen front lights on, the ones that light the face up during the live streams and stuff. Turning both of those on, so there's two bright lights right in my face. And having that artificial bright light has really helped. It keeps my levels up. Basically, I think it just tells the eyes that it's daylight still and not to be tired. And it seems to be helping. I'm also taking some vitamin D supplements and changing my diet a little bit, but really can't change my diet too much because I already eat fairly healthy anyway. But anyway, that's the end of sad things, because sad things are sad and we don't want to be sad, we want to be happy. We should all be happy all the time. Well, no, that's not how life works, but whenever you have a problem, it always helps to talk about it. And I have been talking about S.A.D for way longer than I expected to be talking about S.A.D. So if you have that feelings of down and tiredness and stuff like that, and it seems to have kicked in around the October-November time, maybe you've got S.A.D as well. And the best option there is to go see a doctor. The doctor will diagnose and confirm or deny it, and if they confirm it, they'll give you supplements and recommendations, and might even offer them, like, there's some therapies out there, like just talking therapies and whatnot, that really help out. Personally speaking, I thought I self-diagnosed the S.A.D, and then it's like, okay, now I know that, I'm going to go deal with it, because I like to deal with stuff. Once you know something and you give it a name, you can deal with it. And how I just stabbed myself in the knee with a pen by making that statement in a very forthright way. And it was a bad idea because now my knee hurts. Anyway. Okay, so I have a list of things I want to talk about. That's why I'm going through them all. I put way more time into S.A.D than expected. Okay, next on my list of things I would like to talk about, we have, you may have noticed recently, probably the last week, we've had a lot more Minecraft videos and some We Were Here videos. Well, one We Were Here today. We've had some We Were Here videos and edited Minecraft videos. They have been a lot more edited than the normal content. Normal content is, I start my OBS recording software, set up the game private ready going, hit record 20, 25, 30 minutes of gameplay with me talking randomly about complete crap and about the game itself and entertaining you in the middle, hopefully somewhere. And then pressing the ones to end the recording, making up some kind of transitional cutscene, so when the end card comes up, you get that little transition effect, and then there's something else usually on there, like a piece that happened in the middle of the game, or a travel down. Once it's Skylines, it's usually I take control of one of the vehicles and drive it down the road, so you get like a down the street view, which I think looks quite nice actually. That's how it's normally done, and then the editing is basically open up the editing software, trim off the beginning when I was ready to start recording, trim off the end when I was doing the when I was looking for the scene where I need to be, slap the end card on it and be done. Nice, simple, easy, and occasionally edit out a cough because I cough a lot sometimes, a little bits, and edit them out if I remember where they are, which I don't usually. But the Minecraft ones, they were like an hour long, and each recording session, they were way too long to just dump out there as a dump, because for the Minecraft stuff, it is just a dump. I mean, it'd be like 40 minutes of me walking through a forest trying to get to a location, and that's not really, I mean, I'm talking about stuff, and I'm still talking, but it's not really good content, unless I discover something on the way. So, to me, that becomes just a dump of content. It's not actually good content. So, I edited those videos down, taking out a lot of the just random walking through forests and the random little bits, And yeah, that comes out as more of an edited video, because then the bits that are left are actual things that happened, or parts of a conversation that I thought we should leave in. So hopefully those Minecraft videos have been a little bit more, yeah, you know, for more what you would want to see. So let me know what you like on those videos. Do you like the more edited stuff on those type of videos, or the less edited stuff? Because I know for like the normal, like Skyline Dream Mode, you want less edited stuff there, because it's a strategy game, based in its basicness, and you want to see all of that strategy. Because if you don't see a piece of it, then the little pieces don't make sense. However, things like Minecraft, where it's a lot of building and adventuring, sometimes that gap between the 2 points can be can be okay. You might like it, or it might not. So I'm kind of interested what you think on that one. So on the Minecraft videos and the sort of We Were Here's, where I've edited bits out and they've done those little jump cuts, do you like the edit version? Do you not like the edit? Would you prefer to see the whole thing? Which would be fine, but obviously it means you have a lot of me just walking through forests, talking to myself. But would you like to see that, or would you much prefer the edited version? I'm actually enjoying the edited version, but they do take longer to produce. The good thing about the edited version is, of course, they do look much nicer in some areas. And if we do transition, I'm just doing straight flip cuts, where you just put two pieces together, it's done. I could add sound effects to that, or I could add transition effects to that. Would you like that? Would you sort of like, instead of just going click over, it will go whoosh, little swooshy sound, and then like maybe how it slide across. I can do fancy stuff like that. They're not hard to implement, but I just haven't probably implemented them because I don't do much on the editing side. I didn't think it was needed. But anyway, that's the Minecraft editing stuff. Let me know what you think about the Minecraft editing stuff. And then we have the YouTube 1,000 sub and 4,000 hours controversy going around the internet right now. That is fair enough. It's definitely a controversy. So for those who don't know, YouTube about 3 to 6 months ago decided that there were too many people on YouTube making money, that YouTube wanted to give more money to other people. That's not really how it worked, but that's how it was taken at the time. Basically, they put a thing in place. You had to have so many hours of video footage of watch times, not video, of watch time on your channel before you were eligible to monetize your videos. Originally, you could just monetize immediately, and then they brought these restrictions in place. Now, it made sense. It would stop these little fake channels popping up and copying people's content, putting them on their channel and making money immediately. It did stop that. Well, it would stop that. But YouTube's gone a bit further this week. They've decided that now you will need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months in order to be eligible to monetize your channel. This is done almost entirely to help stop the channels that are ripping off other channels. They're popping up, copying videos, putting them up. They have no subscribers, no views, pop them up, leech off the views from the legitimate channels, and then start making money. And then by the time they're found out and shut down, they've made the money, just start a new channel and do the same thing again. So YouTube, they kind of needed to do something about that, and it is a pain. Honestly, though, as much as I think it's a good idea, I think the numbers are a bit high. Getting to 1,000 subscribers is hard. I've been going for 3 years, and we're at 1,300 subscribers. That is, so you can imagine, that's hard to get to 1,000. I would have said half that, make it 500 subs, and the 4,000 hours, probably make it 2,000, because, I mean, maybe 1,000 hours, because if you're a person who's making one video a month or one video a week, getting people to watch 4,000 hours in a year can be quite hard when you're first starting out. I do daily videos, and yes, we passed. I mean, we did 660 hours in the last 2 days, so we passed the 4,000 hours fairly easily. But we produce daily videos, and some of those videos are from older videos as well. So somebody who produces one video a month or one video a week, especially if they're highly edited videos, like they take an hour footage and cut it down to 5 minutes, they're not going to really be getting 4,000 hours that easily, even with 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers. So I would say half the hours and half the subscriber limit. But the big thing for me there would be anybody who passed the previous limitation YouTube put in place, what was it, 10,000 hours or whatever, I don't know what the number was. But anybody who passed that previous requirement of so many hours footage to get in, they're being kicked out, basically. They're being told, hey, you passed the threshold we set 6 months ago, but our new threshold we've just set up now, yeah, you don't pass that anymore, so we're going to demonetize all your content. That's wrong. If you pass the previous threshold, YouTube should just turn around and go, these are the new policies for new people, but those are already in the system that have passed the previous threshold. you will be allowed to continue monetizing your videos because you're already in the system. It's only fair that those that have already got access to monetization should still have access to that monetization. And I just think it's a bit mean for them to take the people that have done it and gone, you know what, get out. I think that's a bit mean. But that's YouTube for you, and hopefully YouTube will see the light and, you know, turn around to these people that are about to be kicked out on February the 20th and say to them, you know what, you're already monetizing your content, you've already passed the threshold to be monetized, and they're all just saying, we'll let you through, we'll give you a free pass now, but new channels joining up, or those that haven't met the threshold yet, will have to wait for past the new thresholds, and hopefully reduce that subs and hours down a bit, because I think they're a bit high for new channels to try and reach to that stuff. But yes, speaking of monetization stuff though, for those that don't know, this is a time for a self-plug. We have a Patreon over at patreon.com/PeterTaylorTX, where we do absolutely amazing stuff. And by amazing stuff, I mean, when I do complete videos, I put all the complete that are ready onto Patreon first, and it can be a couple of weeks worth of content, it can be a couple of months worth of content sometimes. And then I release those videos either daily or bi-daily or something like that onto the YouTube channel. But the Patreons have access to it all immediately. That's great, and I've got some. Once I can get past my the seasonal affective disorder problem, which is one of the reasons why I haven't had any completes for a while. Once I get my head back on top of that, I'm going to be recording more Mass Effect. Now, when that goes through, they'll be, like I said, they'll have access to it all immediately, and then the YouTubes will get access to it in the drip feed. So if you want access to all that stuff immediately, please feel free to come over to patreon.com/PeterTaylorTX. Link is in the description as always. But other than the self-plugs, the main reason I'm bringing it up is actually I want to do more for the Patreons. So if you are a Patreon, please tell me what could we possibly do. Either things together, like games nights or something on Patreon, or record videos between two of us or three of us together, record a video, just play games randomly. What would you like to do? Or if you give suggestions of maybe games you want to see played, or things we could do together, or things I can do for you as a thank you for your support, please do let me know, because I'm not out of ideas. I'd like to know which ideas you would prefer. And I have a few ideas planning, but it's just getting past the SAD issue is kind of eating up all my time at the moment. But that stuff is coming for you guys later, and I don't want to tell you what I want to do until I'm near the time, because I don't want to sort of get pushed to one side and forget about them, make you guys think I don't care. And I really, really do care. You guys are amazing. That also applies to the Twitch subs a little bit, not to the same degree, because the Patreon is more focused around the YouTube side, but the Twitch stuff where you got emotes and stuff, I would like to put some more emotes up there. I would love to really redo the smudge emotes to be more Smudge's face and less of his ass. Right now it's just his ass pointing at the camera. But that's just, yes, that's just Smudge. He just threw his ass at the camera as well. It also headbutts the camera, so it makes more sense as well. But we're doing some stuff anyway. I hope to do some more streams more regularly, but again, it's pushing past the SAD issue right now. I'm getting top of it, so that won't be too long, hopefully. And I think we just tie everything up now, and we're approaching quite my. I'm using Audacity to record this one for the first time ever, because I only use Audacity for a little overlay stuff. But because there's no video footage, there's no camera turned on, the green screen's pulled back, and the windows are they're closed, but the curtains are open. So there's too much natural light for the green screen to work. Because of that, there's no camera. So instead of using OBS to record everything, which is a massively OP program to record audio only, I'm using Audacity. So hopefully the audio levels will sound good, and I will push them through Premiere Pro as a audio thing. So I do put a little compression on there just to make it sound a little bit better. But anyway, as we sign off and all the stuff we're going to be doing, I would like to know, would you like more of this style video where I just take some either edited footage or random piece of video that's not going to be on a normal video, and I just randomly talk and ramble over top of it? Let me know if you'd like to see more of that information, because I've enjoyed this. It's been a little bit therapeutic just to get stuff off my chest, especially telling you all about the SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, because most of you, in fact like 99% of you, don't know that I've been going through this, because I haven't mentioned it on the channel, because on the channel it isn't relevant to the videos being made. I haven't mentioned it on Twitter because I'm not as active on Twitter as I really should be. I really like to be more, but yeah. And the last thing is, on Discord, the only people over there that kind of know I've been dealing with anything on the lines of SAD would be probably Mr. Washington, because we talk on a daily basis about actual personal stuff. Everybody else seems to talk about the channel stuff or about, we talk some personal level stuff, but never deep personal stuff, and very rarely in public about the deep personal stuff. And there's a few DMs going back and forth, and the mods themselves have their own channel, although it's not as active as I'd like it to be. But that's my fault because I do some miles so well, so me screen team. But yes, the mod channels, we have a little bit of chats in there, but me and my squad have a private chat that goes on, it goes back a few years now, and it's a lot of personal stuff in there. Just like, hey, how are we doing about this stuff, and how are we getting on with this? Random crap, and usually setting up trolls against Ranassi and pre-planning and copy and pasting stuff just to annoy him a little bit, because he's fun and he likes when we do the thing. There's also on Discord server, in case you haven't seen it yet, there is a new text channel, mostly screenshots, and we have called it, thanks to the way I like to see the world is, and the name of the new channel is Out of Context is the Best Context. And it's basically whenever people say something that could be taken out of context and sound really inappropriate or sound just rather embarrassing, it is usually snipped, and then the context is removed by removing the rest of the conversation, just giving that one little piece and then pasting it into there on the whole grounds of, go to this channel, look at it. Everything mentioned in here is entirely innocent, but when you take it out of context, honestly, out of context is the best context. And I will leave you with that, because I think out of context is the best context, and it is amazing. But anyway, please let me know if you want to see more of these sort of ranty, talkative vlog things. Also, what we could do for more Patreon stuff. Maybe what could we do for more Twitch sub stuff. And would you like to see more unedited Minecraft-style videos? And all that kind of stuff, because, we've done some... We've had a good old chat today, 30-odd minutes of chatting. That's nice. Also, on my Discord server, 1 second, we have... So, apparently, and I'm going to put this on there because it's something that's important, is Ranasian just placed a message on the Discord server literally a minute ago, which says that he's going to be an uncle. So, Ranasian, big congratulations to that. I am an uncle three times over now, and it is a great experience to see the little kiddies grow up. And when you suddenly become a babysitter overnight, it's like, how do you deal with babies? I've dealt with adults and I've dealt with children, but babies are different. Help! And then they're gooey and they're spit up, and then you want to vomit yourself because it's like that. But it's an amazing experience. I do wish my nephews were less than an hour drive, or about an hour and a half drive away. It's really annoying. But they used to live a lot closer, and they are amazing to have young kids around you who are going through that growing up stage, because it makes you remember and realise how much of a kid you are still in your heart. Because we deal with all the adult crap in daily life, and kids don't have to deal with that. And we realise, and I realise anyway, that I never really grew up. I talk like an adult, and I am very serious about a lot of things. But at the back of my head and my daily activities, I am very much not an adult. I am very much still a child at heart. And I'll leave you one piece of advice that was told to me a long while ago. To tell if a person is a boring adult, or if there's still a glimmer of childness inside them. When it snows and they see the snow falling, if they go, yay, snow, woohoo, there's a bit of child left inside them. But if they look out the window and they go, that's going to cause travel disruption, then they are dead inside, as far as their childhood is concerned. So all I can say is, it's not snowing here right now, but I would love it if it started snowing, and if it did start snowing, I would most definitely sit at the window going, yay, it's snowing, woohoo! So I'll leave you with that. And until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, or listening even, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully. See you later, guys.